So this video is going to walk you through making an application in MATLAB that is meant to work with the Arduino and a thermistor to output temperature in Fahrenheit and Celsius. So the first thing you want to do is just open up MATLAB. We'll go to New, scroll down here to App, or not scroll down, move down to App and click on App. So it'll open up the App Designer. Give it a second to open. It does take a minute to open. So now we are in a blank app, and so this white space is where we can move things around and kind of develop our application. So everything on the left side over here is stuff that we can put into the app. So for this application, we're going to do a few things. So the first thing we'll put in is a push button. So I'm going to click on this and then click over here where I want it, and then a button will pop up. I'm going to click on where it says button. Actually, I'm going to move over to where it says text and then delete button and type in take reading A0, and then click out back in here, and we'll see that the button is now named take reading A0. So I can move the button around, I can make it bigger, I can resize it, I can do whatever I want with it. So now we have a button that we can push. I'm going to come back to the component library, which is the left side where all the things are that you can put into the app. We're going to click on label, click out here again, come over here to the right side where you edit whatever you just put in. We're going to highlight label, delete that. We're going to type in temperature measurement, and then again click out here, get to take place, and then we'll come back to the right side. I'm going to make the font size, let's do 24. I'm going to make it bold, and then I'm going to click this drop down. I'm going to make it red. So now we have a nice red label that says temperature measurement. I'm going to drag it around and move it to the top of my app. I'm going to come back to the component library. I'm going to find my drop down, click on that, click out in the app. I'm going to click where it says drop down and just delete. So I clicked on drop down, you can see it's selected. I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard. We don't need that for this. I'm going to move my drop down around. I'm going to make it the same size as my button. And I'm going to come over here again to the right side. I'm going to click where it says items, option 1, option 2, option 3. I'm going to click in here. I'm going to highlight all 4 options, backspace. I'm going to type in voltage, Fahrenheit, and then Celsius. So effectively what we're doing is we're making a drop down that's going to show voltage, Fahrenheit, and Celsius. And when I run the app, you'll see what that does. So now I'll click out here and we'll see voltage now replaces option 1. And if we look over here, now we have voltage, Fahrenheit, and Celsius. And make sure when you're typing these that you do not have a space after the word. So right now I have a space after it, so make sure there's no spaces, because that will mess up the app when we're trying to work with it, because we're going to call these things out in the code, and if there's a space after it, it will not see it, and that will throw an error. So make sure there's no spaces after voltage, Fahrenheit, and Celsius. Then we'll come back to the component browser. We're going to find edit field numeric. Do not do edit field text. If you do, that will just add a little bit of an issue with the code. We can fix it if you do it, but it's easier to just do edit field numeric in this case. So click on edit field numeric, and then click out here in the app again where it says edit field. Click there, and then we'll come over here to text, and we'll change it from edit field to just result. So now I'm going to drag this around again. And then one last thing I'm going to do is add an image. So I'm going to come back to the component browser. I'm going to find my image wherever it is. There it is, image. Click on image. Click out here. And then I'm going to browse and find the image. So you're going to save this image. Let me go to Canvas really quickly. You're going to make sure to save this image right here into your directory, or it can be anywhere on your computer, I believe, but it's easier to just save it to your directory. So right click, save image as, and then save it to your MATLAB directory so you can find it. And if you save image as, you see that it is called tempimage.jpg. So that's what it's going to be called when it's saved into your directory. I'm going to hit cancel because I already have it in my directory. So I'm going to go back to the MATLAB app. I'm going to click on browse. It's going to open up into my directory. So here's my tempimage.jpg, the one that you can get from Canvas. Click on that, click open. And now we have that image from Canvas right there. So now I'm just going to rearrange everything, make it look nice very quickly. In terms of what it looks like, it does not need to look exactly like this. Just get everything in a way that looks good to you. The main thing we're doing here is learning how to do the app. We don't care in terms of grading where the buttons are, where everything is. As long as you have everything shown here, we're not going to grade on the aesthetics. We're going to grade on making sure it works. And then if you click down here, you can resize the app itself. So we don't need the app to be very big because we're making a very big app. So if you have a lot more buttons, if you want to put something big on the app, then you make it bigger. But since we're not doing anything very big, this is all we need. So your label, make it say temperature measurement, a button, so the button over here, make sure it says take reading A0. Your drop down, so your drop down right here, make sure the drop down, I just clicked on it again to make it show this, make sure the drop down says voltage, Fahrenheit, Celsius, make sure they're spelled correctly. The result, make sure it says result, and then we have that image from Canvas. So in terms of making the app, we're done making the actual physical functions or the interactive sections of the app. So now we can start coding the app. So if we go into the code view, there's design view and there's code view. Design view is how we design the app, how we put the things in that the user interfaces with. And then the code view is how we make the app actually do stuff. So if we go to code view, right now there's nothing for us to edit. This gray section is stuff that we cannot edit. If we mess with that, that will make the code not, or make the app not function. So areas of gray are areas that we should not edit. So what we're going to do is go back to design view. I'm going to come over here to take reading A0. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to go down to callbacks. I'm going to say add button pushed function callback. It's going to open up the code view, and now what it's done is it's put a function in to the application code called take reading A0 button pushed. What that means is when we push the button, when we click the button in the app, it's going to do whatever code we have right here. So I'm going to go to Canvas. I'm going to copy and paste this code from step 4. So Control C, I'm going to go back to the app and just paste that code I just copied. I'm going to move my variables around just to make it look prettier. So what this is this is dummy code. This code is not going to work with your Arduino yet. All we're doing with this is making sure the app does what it's supposed to do, and then we'll add some code to connect to the Arduino and do everything. So what this is just we're putting some dummy values in. It's like 5 volts, 298 for Kelvin for temperature in Kelvin. What we're going to do is if we have voltage selected on the app and then push the button, we're going to display volts. So it'll say 5 for the example here. If we select Celsius from the drop down, it's going to convert the temperature from Kelvin to Celsius and then display it. Again, I'm just going to move these around just to get them all lined up. And then if we select Fahrenheit from the drop down, it's going to convert from Kelvin to Fahrenheit and then display it. So at this point, that's all we need to do for now. To test it, we're going to go up here to run. It's going to make me save it because I've not saved the app yet. So we're going to run it. I'm going to save it as temperature app. As you see, I have quite a few of these already, so I'm going to save it as temperature app fall 2025. You can save it as whatever you want. I'm going to save it. When I run it, the app will pop up. So now this is the app that we can actually mess with. So you can click on the drop down. You can see voltage, Fahrenheit, Celsius. So right now with voltage selected, I'm going to click take reading A0. Over here in the result window, it popped up as a 5. I'm going to come back, click the drop down, click on Fahrenheit, click the button again. It'll display it as 76.73 degrees. And then one more time, click the drop down, change it to Celsius, and then push take reading A0. And now its output's 24.85. So all we've done so far is just show that the app can output values as it should. So it's functioning as it should. So at this point, we can go ahead and close out of the app. So now the app is functioning as it's supposed to. So now we're going to make it actually connect to the Arduino and read off of your thermistor. So to do that, we're going to go over to the left side. We're going to click on Properties. So under Code Browser, click on Properties, and then just click this plus. We're just going to type in A, and then where it says Description, we're going to make it say Arduino. And then what we'll do is we'll make it connect to the Arduino. So we'll go here to the right side under Component Browser. You'll click on whatever your app is named. So mine is named Temperature App Fall 2025. Whatever yours is named, right click on it, go to Callbacks, add Startup Function Callback. And so now we have a function that says Startup Function. What this means is when we run the app, the very first thing it's going to do is do whatever code we have here. So now we're going to say app.a equals Arduino. And in the app, we have to have app.a equals Arduino rather than a equals Arduino like we usually do in regular MATLAB. So the first thing it's going to do is connect to the Arduino. And then we'll come down, type app.take rooting button. You'll see that it should try and fill it in for you. Like if it does right now, we're saying, do you want to fill this in? Just press tab and then add a period. Start typing background color. Again, it will autofill it for you. Press tab equals, we'll do square brackets, 0.30, 0.75, and then 0.93. And then put semicolon. So what this is going to do is when the app turns on, when we press run, it's going to first connect to the Arduino, and then it's going to change the color of our button to blue. And what that means is when the button changes colors, that means that the app is connected to the Arduino. So that's just a nice visual cue to us to know that the app is connected to the Arduino. So now we're going to come down here to this code, and we're going to change it to make it actually do stuff with the Arduino, because right now it's just dummy values. So we'll go back to Canvas. We're going to scroll down. We're going to find step 8. So we're going to replace the test code. So just copy and paste all of this. So Control C or Command C if you're on a Mac. Go back to MATLAB. And then we'll get rid of our test code. So highlight it, delete it, and then we'll paste in that code we just copied from Canvas. Again, I'm going to move everything around. Just make it look a little better. And the way that I did that, the way I just moved everything at once was highlight it and then press Shift Tab if I want to go to the left, or Tab if I want to go to the right. So I'm just going to line it up with the switch app dot drop down value down here. So now we have volts equals read voltage app.a0. So it's going to read the voltage from the thermistor that's connected to pin A0. We're going to put in some values for the resistor. So the high precision resistor is 10,000 ohms. Our default temp in Kelvin is 298.15. Our resistance is 10,000. Our value for our parameter B is 3,950. So all these are just things that you can keep constant. We'll get our current, we'll get our resistance, we'll get our reciprocal temperature, and then our temperature in Kelvin. These are all formulas to get what we want. So all these are just default values you can leave alone. And so now this code is everything you need. So when you run it, it should connect to your app or connect to your Arduino, and you need to have the circuit built. So let me go back to Canvas very quickly and show you what circuit I'm referring to. So this circuit is the one you're going to build. The first thing you need to do is go into your electronics kit and find this bag that says 10K precision epoxy thermistor. It has this black wire in it. This little black tip here is our thermistor. It has 2 legs that you can plug in. You can break the legs apart if you need to make them easier to plug into your board. So you can use a knife or a pair of scissors, or just pull them apart if you need to. And then this blue resistor is a 10K resistor that we need. So 10,000 ohm resistor. We need the blue resistor for this circuit. Once you have these found, you'll make this circuit using your Arduino. This blue icon here, we don't have a thermistor icon in the toolkit we use to make this. So this is a placeholder. So this blue thing, you replace with the black thermistor. And then this resistor, again, we do not have the blue resistor in the toolkit we use to make this. So you replace this placeholder with the 10K blue resistor. So these two things, the black thermistor, the blue 10K resistor, the thermistor goes here, the 10K blue resistor goes here. Once you have this circuit built, then you can plug it into your computer and run the app. And there's an example video below this one on the assignment page that shows what the app should do when you're running it and what it should do when you change your values. Once you have the app functioning where you can show that it reads voltages, it reads Fahrenheit, it reads Celsius, you should take the thermistor, put it between your fingers and rub it to heat it up, retake your temperature readings. The temperature should go up. If it goes up, then that means your app is functioning as it should. At that point, you're ready to submit for the assignment.